Hey everyone, I wanted to create a video in response to a viewer's comment where the person was asking about whether or not the GIK acoustic bass traps, I think it's tri-trap bass trap, how they performed. And so I wanted to just do a quick before and after using and showing the REW measurements just to give a sense of how well they're performing in my space. So what I have here is a waterfall plot of lower frequencies ranging from 15 hertz to 500 hertz. And this was before the tri-traps, as well as the other acoustic panels from GIK. I installed 5 244 panels. 2 on the left wall, 2 on the right wall, and then 1 on the ceiling. And you'll notice a few things. One is, subwoofers running really hot, but this was before any DIRAC improvements. But you'll notice just significant troughs. It's not a smooth response, and we have a significant amount of energy in sound energy coming out still after 300 milliseconds. And I'll show you what this looks like on the spectrogram right here. So in particular, looking at the bottom of this graph, I'll kind of come in close, and sorry for the poor quality. This is the best I can do. But you'll notice that there's still a lot of sound reverberating in these lower frequencies. For several milliseconds, right? So like we're talking half a second, even up to potentially up to kind of tapers off around 800 milliseconds or so, but quite a lot, right? So this would be a very boomy bass response, and not what you would want to achieve or have in your home theater. So let me switch back to the waterfall, and now I'm going to do same setup, but now it's just with the tri-trap bass traps, as well as the 244 panels, and along with the DIRAC calibration. So you'll notice here, just in terms of the ridges, much smoother response, right? I do have a null, let's see here, around 70 hertz. We have this little canyon here, but it comes back up. Still relatively smooth response. And for me, like, I do want, I don't know, I like bass. So happy to have it, climb up like this, but smoother response. You'll notice that, yeah, there's just not as much of these canyons compared to before, where it was just like going up and down, up and down. And so there's that. And let me switch over to the spectrogram here. So this is what the spectrogram looks like after the tri-traps. Significantly less boominess here. I think the fact that it tapers off and then comes back up here, this is at the very low frequencies, like 20 to 25 hertz. This may just be just some reflections off maybe even my far back wall. Not quite sure, but it seems like the sound tapers off, but then you get this later reflection. And so I certainly could include more acoustic panels in my setup, but at least for me, this after response is a lot better than the before. You notice also just like the J curve here, it's smoother, it follows the sound energy more. So to me, this is a better response. Could it be improved or better? Yes. And part of this is just that, given my setup, I'm running as a subwoofer, I have an SVS PC 2000 Pro. And I'm not using the foam insert or the plug with it. So maybe I could get a better response if I played around with it a little bit more, just in terms of like, making it not as boomy. But for me, sitting in my home theater, watching an action movie, listening to music that's bass heavy, I feel like the bass is definitely tighter, smoother, uh, and that's a combination of the GIK tri-trap bass trap and the 244 acoustic panels, as well as the Dirac calibration. Like, they all work hand in hand to get a much better response. So before and then after. So hopefully this was helpful to you guys. For me, the tri-traps have worked out great. I'll also just add one other thing. Like, it's really hard to get at these really low frequencies, like 20 to 25 hertz especially. You need to have a lot of acoustic insulation in order to dampen those a bit. And so that's where realistically speaking, like, I'm sure like someone like Matthew Pose could do the maths, but I'm assuming that you're going to need more than a foot of insulation in order to handle some of these really low responses. And so, to me, the fact that once you're getting up into even like 30 hertz or so, a lot of that energy has already tapered off quite a bit by 300 milliseconds means that I've accomplished the job that it came out to do with this, and that the bass traps are working, and that overall the home theater experience that I've built isn't boomy, but it's a tighter, better bass response. And I'm sure that professionals out there with a better setup, better room setup, more acoustic treatments, etc., can achieve much better responses than what I'm getting. But as a budget home theater enthusiast, I'm very happy with this. So hopefully that's helpful to you guys, and thank you for watching.